I have to like try to be as, like girly as I can when I deliver this because, I've been getting the question, um, why are black women so hard? And, you know, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Why are black women so hard? And they even say we're masculine, you know? And before I get into this, I want to just let some of you red pill dudes know who constantly keep coming at me talking about there's no alpha female, there's no alpha lion. It's like, yes, we know there's no alpha lion. In the lion kingdom, in the lion pride, there is no alpha female. There is only one alpha male. But in the gray wolf kingdom, there is an alpha male and there is an alpha female. And they have very distinctive behaviors. They are the only ones that can mate. They eat first. Okay? They attack team. They Bonnie and Clyde. They Adam and Eve. See, I go back to the intentions of why the woman was created. And God said in the Bible, it is not good for the man to go alone. I will make for him a complement, a helper, not a servant. So women are responsible for helping their men with the everyday tasks that they need to complete to keep the family going. Okay? Traditionally, that has been managing the household, right? Feminists came in, changed everything. Women are just as good as, you know, men, and boys can do everything girls can do, even down to being little girls. I know the feminists have came in and screwed society. The feminist liberals have came in and screwed over society royally. And I know that this red pill movement and a lot of these men who are on these movements, they're just trying to bring some order back into society. And that order is with males as leads, at least in the family. Um, when you start going into leadership in institutions outside of the family, I think it gets a little murky. And so I'm not going to really talk too much on that, but let's just talk about leadership in the family. And getting back to the question, why are black women so hard? First, I want to break things down a little bit, because I think, within the black community, there are a number of different segments and psychologies that are going on. So, for example, you have migrant blacks, African Caribbean blacks, they come here. They typically have a very conservative perspective about their American experience and what they want their families to experience here in America. And so you will typically see these blacks thrive very well. They are very education centered and they are pretty actualized individuals. That's why you see a lot of African doctors, African migrant doctors, Caribbean migrant doctors, and engineers. In very lucrative spaces, you will see migrant African, African Caribbean blacks dominating in a lot of the major institutions. Native blacks, which is what I am, we have a different mindset, and that is because we have been infiltrated with critical theories and rhetoric that has continuously marginalized our thinking. So these native blacks and these Caribbean blacks coming to America or whatnot, they already have the structure of family. They haven't been tainted with the ideas sometimes of the family that native blacks have. So when we talk about why black women are so hard, we really want to kind of not generalize and kind of break it down. I feel like native black women have a very much a harder spirit because we have not grown up traditionally the way that many structured conservative blacks that migrate here have. And they have a sense of what we like to say the Black American blueprint, where you have a structured home, you have individuals within that home that are teaching those kids, structuring those kids, helping those kids learn and develop in a healthy way so that they can go off and actualize themselves and actually be competitive in society. Um, but Native Blacks, we are so conditioned and addicted to rhetoric that really inhibits that actualization. And so what happens is if you don't have a bunch of people that are becoming, who are realizing their talents, skills, and capabilities and applying them into society, becoming the person that they want to be, what you're going to find is a lot of individuals who are lost. We have a lot of lost individuals in the native Black community. And a lot of our musical influences inspires these trends as well. I always say that Black love changed when Black music changed. You go and you listen to some of those songs from the 60s and 70s, those men were talking about their baby. They was talking about how they was falling in love with this woman. Um, they were talking about, their dream girl. If they cheated on a woman, they was begging her not to leave. These brothers was a totally different mindset back in the 70s. But then when you kind of go up, the Black family just continuously was destroyed. Our music even changed. You know what I mean? More androgynous. You know what I mean? More defaming our women and talking about them like they ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Black men taking on the image of street thugs and glorifying that type of mind. Pimps in the 70s. We were pimps in the 70s. We took on that line. And these are the movies that they pushed out for us. You know what I mean? These are the movies that they pushed out to entertain us, but also to influence us not to look at the Black family structure realistically. So, Native Blacks, in terms of Black women, I think that we are victims of the trends of our men. And we are victims of, government policies that basically made it impossible for men to take care of their families, right? Which started in the 70s. And the only way that a man and a family unit, a Black family unit, pretty much could sustain is if the man was out of the house. So, you think about these dynamics now when you have a welfare system and you got a man that don't want to act right. Now the woman can say, you know what? I don't need you and your shit. The government gonna take care of me. So a lot of Black women been taken care of by the white men anyway. So y'all might as well just start thinking about dating the white man, because the government been taking care of a lot of white men have been taking care of Black men's kids vicariously through government programs. And my thing is this: you want to put it on a woman as if she created these kids herself. But shame on you, my brother, because you planting your seeds all over the damn place, and then you leaving it up to the white man to take care of your kids. And our sisters are not innocent either. You know what I mean? Because one thing I've learned, and I've learned a lot, you know what I mean? I am definitely not a saint. I feel like I am a person that's completely aware now, and I am making the adjustments in my life and my character that is necessary. And I'm having these conversations with people, but I'm also learning a lot about myself and what I want. And it's a very interesting time for me, to say the least, but I think at the end of the day, these conversations are healthy. I think they're good. And I think it helps people to figure out what ultimately they want and what's going to make them happy as well. So, I like having these conversations, and if you dig them too, make sure that you subscribe and share. Good night.